So, fun fact about me is I'm from Germany. Does anybody speak German here, please? Why? Any reason? So I think it's not that beautiful language, so we have some stereotypes about Germans. I don't know, who of the German speakers know what the beautiful word of butterfly or mariposa is in German? Schmetterling, yes, yeah. So even words like ambulance are nice. Who knows what ambulance is in Germany? Krankenwagen, yeah. It means car for sick people, yeah. Yeah, you can say that. So, yeah, and we are sometimes a little bit pessimistic. So this is why I've chosen this title for the talk. I'm sorry, it's like the emotional climax, maybe of the day, maybe not. What's it all about? First, some background. Jonathan, where's Jonathan? Jonathan Epstein, you had some questions? Background, there you are. Jonathan, this is the Go Group. So I'm representing a group of agencies here. Back in 2010, I was very thrilled when I attended the very first conversion conference back then in San Jose. I met a guy called Chris Goward from Wider Funnel, and we thought, yeah, let's work together. And today we are nearly 250 people in more than 20 countries, and it's big fun to work with all these clever people. So that's the answer, Jonathan, what the Go Group is. A big secret. But let's start with an experiment. This is called the Thatcher effect. I show it to you for 1 second, and there are 3 mistakes. And you have to find all 3 mistakes, okay? 1, 2, 3, go. What was wrong? It wasn't Margaret Thatcher, thanks. I mean, maybe final days of Theresa May, so, yeah. No, I mean, not in that way, no, as Prime Minister. What else was wrong? Upside down, yes, that was number 2. And the third one, I heard it here already. The eyes, what was wrong with the eyes? And on which side are they wrong? You know? On the right side, yeah. But you know, the thing is, the illusion is that when I turn it the other way around, actually the right way around, you see, oh, as I said, that is ugly. And the left one is worse. Wow. Sorry for that. No. You can do the same with Angela Merkel. But I just said that. So it's always the same. Why is it like that? Because our brain is, I explain it all the time, the brain is a pattern recognition machine. So, and it's fast. You need answers fast. So if you see that picture of this lady, you think, yeah, it's a face, upside down, I got it, done. It's very complicated for your brain to process the image in details and find out that one part of the image is upside down. So you can only see this when you turn it around. What actually means, if you don't know the pattern, you might not recognize it. And that's the same when we talk about conversion optimization and growth and how to implement it in companies. If you don't see the pattern, and if you don't see what to copy from your competitors, not that good. So this is why I think, as optimizers, sometimes it's good to change the perspective and to look at things from the other side. Actually, it's because I think it's important to understand the truth. Like, how are all the things connected? I know it sounds complicated, but it's not that complicated. I give you one example. This is the skyline of Frankfurt. Maybe you know it from an airplane. Most people know Frankfurt from planes. So, and in Frankfurt, there are a lot of banks. And this bank, they thought, we need the biggest skyscraper, right? So, because they're the most successful. 100,000 people, just this bank. It's called Commerzbank. The thing is, today, you don't need them anymore. You can transfer your money with PayPal. If you need a loan, you get it online of all these micro online loan things. If you invest money, whatever, they're all fintech startups. Actually, as a consumer, you don't need that bank anymore. And the thing is, the management level, they sit up there on the 63rd floor. They know that. They think, damn, what can we do? We can't stop it. We're gonna die. That's their management perspective. That's why they hire McKinsey or whoever and say, please restructure us. Right? We need to be more agile and innovative. They feel real pain. That's why they spend millions for these jobs. The problem is, I don't think that this is their real challenge or the right solution to the real challenge. That's what I mean with the truth. When I ask people in Germany, who has a bank account at Commerzbank? Nobody. And you know why? It's impossible to get one. If you go on their website, I know it's German, so you have to believe me. That's a Commerzbank, yeah, that's a Commerzbank website. And some marketing dude said, put the loan in front, it's more important than opening a bank account. Stupid thing is, without a bank account, you can't get a loan. Marketing cleverness. So I thought, yeah, let's go for a bank account. I searched for a bank account at the Commerzbank website. Where's bank account? Drones, mega trends, football, no, bank account. So I switched to products. Products, please show me the bank account. There, bank account for free. The first thing, yeah, thank you. Football again, why? I mean, I'm German, but I don't care about football. Bank account, how does it work? So let's scroll below Bob, find conditions, that's how it works. Video, what legitimation? A video, how it works. Okay. Now tell me more about it. So, here we go. This is, I don't pay anything. I get Did it. Open bank account immediately. Immediately. Where is it? There it is. Fuck. Can you smell the shit? That looks complicated. Some clever marketing dude said only 5 minutes. No, I don't believe that. You smell it? Go down. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. There's more shit and more shit. More shit to come. Look at that. They have iframes, which means they have shit inside the shit. Right? Legal shit. Legal shit. And even, wow, look at that big shit. Oh my God. You have to read that, all of that. If you don't read it, no bank account. So, I mean, we can skip that drama because if you ask me why they're gonna die, because they have the shittiest and worst customer experience. And I mean, this is like the first touch point you have with them. The most shitty experience you can have. And I think that's a real drama because 100,000 people I know, they have clever web analytics, testing, UX, and all that people, they have that. They even do A/B tests. There is some lonely testing guy somewhere in the basement saying, come on, I made 2% more conversions. What happens when he goes to the management? Come on, let's go play, go to Smallland. You know what Smallland is? That's where you send your kids at IKEA if you want to get rid of them, right? So we have important projects here with McKinsey. Go away, fuck the 2%. So that's why we call them hippos, right? What I think, yeah, it's weird. I don't think the pain they feel is real, right? That's why they don't change anything. That's why the voices of the poor testing guy somewhere in the basement are not heard. They didn't realize what their real challenge is. They're dreaming about disruptive business models and fintech startups. They're like Pavlov's dog, right? They're gibbering. I realized that conferences, the people that talk the most about disruption and disruptive business models are the ones that have no growth rate. The Silicon Valley startups that are growing like hell, they don't talk about disruptive business models. Did you ever realize that? So maybe not talk about disruptive business models. In Germany, people talk a lot about them, like traditional taxi companies. They really fear Uber, or in Germany there's a startup called My Taxi. So they really fear these guys, and they say, wow, they're growing so fast, they're a threat, which means they have a disruptive business model. So they look at the model, and if you are a traditional company and you think, what separates me from Uber or My Taxi? Oh, they have an app. They do something with data. So their business model must be something with data and apps and technology. So that's the difference. That's what I mean with change the perspective. Finally, their growth does not come from technology. The growth comes from people standing on the side of the street and knowing that the Uber customer experience is much better than ordering a classical taxi. You know where it is, you know when it comes, you know how much you pay. You don't know this stuff when you order it the traditional way. So the customer experience is slightly better, significantly better, slightly significant better, right, Lucas? Slightly significant. So that's the reason. And when you look at their growth curve, number of Uber rides, what people forget is that each dot in that diagram is one customer that decided to take Uber and not the traditional taxi. And there's a reason for that decision. And that, when we talk about cause and effect, that's the cause for the growth, which is the effect. And same with Amazon. Everybody talks about the logistics and infrastructure, and it's important, yeah. It's an important part of a formula that has several parts. But it starts, again, with the customer experience. Airbnb, I'm sure you get it, right? So, for us, as optimizers, what's our job? What should we focus on? What's the pattern? From my perspective, I would say, if there is no improvement of customer experience, your test can't lead to any results. Because actually what you measure in an A/B test is a change of consumer behavior. If you don't measure anything, nobody changed their behavior because it just sucked still, right? And I'm happy that right now, even companies like Forrester, now they have a name for that. I realized Ton is on little some name searching mission, yeah, together with PEP. How do we call it? Conversion rate optimization. Forrester calls it insights-driven business. And they say, you know, there are only two kinds of companies. The ones that generate validated insights, learn, and accelerate their speed of learning, and others that don't. And these companies that accelerate their speed of learning, they're growing 8 times faster on average. And it's big, big companies. It's not about startups. I would say it means these companies realize that their growth comes from the mind of their customers. It's hard for a company to operationalize that thing. Companies want to operationalize everything. And it's important. The bigger the company, the more you need a process and operationalize it. And it's hard. How do you operationalize the mind of your customers? I think as, let's still call ourselves conversion rate optimizers, we have all the ingredients we need. So this is the little kind of framework I'd like to show to you, because we expect that kind of growth, and the competitors who are improving and improving and improving, they will do their job. And I see in Germany there are still companies having a lot of agile teams. McKinsey, Bill paid teams agile. They're still not agile. They're just calling their teams agile teams. They're still working on projects. They just call the project now initiatives. So they're still doing projects. And, you know, first we have to do that re-platforming thing. We have to implement the new commerce tool, whatever. So 300 people working 1.5 years on that technological project. And what happens in that time? All the resources, they are bound to that project. Nothing is shipped. Competition gets better and better. So I realized, Ton, you tried the flame effect. And PowerPoint, no, that's a real flame effect here. Look at that. So, I don't remember, what did Avinash Kaushik say? What's the reason why sometimes a kitten dies? When you what? When you use Flash on your website. That was a long time ago. I would say each time you do a project, the likelihood that your company dies increases, right? So this is why, as people who do A/B testing, and we're kind of naturally agile, right? Each thing we do in optimization sprint takes a certain time. So we do already time boxing, which is mathematically the foundation to keep up with the pace of such growth curves. Mathematically, logically, it can't be different. So agile, being agile, one thing that is already implemented in conversion rate optimization. The good thing compared to the agile developers is we have data and we can create insights out of the data. If you're a software developer working agile, you ship a new version of your code, you're just hoping that you didn't screw anything. So we have data to prove that whatever we did was good, or we proved that it was at least not bad. That's luxury. Every time we change something and we don't test it, maybe a kitten dies, whatever, or worse. And that's what I wanted to say in the beginning. If we are good optimizers, we generate ideas that are customer-centric. Because if we realize that each time we get an uplift, we change behavior of customers, means we did something that is relevant to them, right? If not, it was not relevant. So customer centricity overall is like the magnet that pulls our results up. And the thing we get back is what I call validated learnings. So this is like a wave. And you have the compound effect that makes you faster and faster each time you do that. In Germany, I tell that the second biggest retailer, online retailer in Germany is called Otto. How else? The biggest, of course, is Amazon. I tell them, you know, Amazon does 2,000 experiments or what each year. You do 20. Amazon is doing that since 2004. Otto is doing that since 2 years. Do you think that the advantage that Amazon has about learning about customer behavior, is there any chance for them to close that gap? No, of course not. That's why I think it's like a wave, right? It's like an agile tsunami. And the worst thing about a tsunami is you can't see it when it's on the open sea, right? A tsunami is like 200 kilometers broad and only a couple of centimeters magnitude. You can't see it. And when you can see it, it's maybe too late. That was the emotional climax of my speech. Yeah. So, 3 things you can do so you're not alone. I borrowed this from my friend Chris Gowart, the infinity optimization process. I made some changes to this. It looks like handcuffs, I know, but it's easy. It's easy as a principle because it's 3 elements. On the left side, exploration makes sense. I call it analyze, which means analyze customer needs, compare it to what customers see, and ideate how you close the gap. That's all the job that you have to do. You get ideas out of it, prioritize them, and then you create experiments out of that. I call it the validation phase. And the thing is, oh, there's some X's missing. It says, analyze multiplied with prioritize, multiplied with validate is your ability to scale. And I think it's important that it's factors, because the theory of constraints tells us that the weakest element, your weakest ability in that overall formula is responsible for your overall outcome. So if you have weak ideas and you do experiments out of them, garbage in, garbage out. If you have no ideas and you're a testing genius, congratulations, but... And the same with prioritization. Having too few ideas was never the problem. Everybody has a full backlog. But how do you find the couple of ideas that are the really good ones? So you make an experiment first out of them. The second thing, change the management mindset. It's our duty. We are, worst case, the guys in the basement. Who tells the C-suite that they're wrong? They don't know about A/B testing. They say, A/B testing? I heard Lucas Vermeer saying that is about testing button colors, A and B. No. If you have enough traffic, like Booking.com, you might do that. But we want to change customers' behavior if we want to accelerate growth. So we need contrast. But let's assume we would be able to just produce 1% uplift in average per experiment, but we could do this 100 times a year. How much more growth would we get? What do you think? No, not 100%. 267. That's the compound effect. And it's a big management misconception. Management says, big things lead to big results. No, that's the power of incremental optimization. And of course, we are responsible for giving it a name. And I don't care at all how you call it or how it is called. But of course, we don't want to resonate with just changing small things for small impact. So yes, it's our job to find, maybe if we pitch it to the management, we need to find a more appropriate name. And the third thing, I know we are obsessed by our results and uplifts and things we do. So we usually present results like this, uplifts, but actually management doesn't care. They don't care about what we changed on a website. They maybe even don't care about the website at all because they have bigger things to think about. So my advice is present the overall results and present it in the right way. So present the ROI of your experimentation program towards management. I would say if you are able that the CFO is your best friend, then you're a good optimizer, because there's somebody in the company that values what you're doing. And that's what we want, right? So we can get more budget and make even better results. So these are the three things you could do. The 4 people that speak German, you can read my book. There I show you how to implement an optimization process in a company. And if you like, and come to Frankfurt, 3rd September, I do my own conference, Growth Marketing Summit. So that's it from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Andre. We got a couple of questions for you.
Oh.
First one is amazing presentation. So how do we influence the people in the tower even though we are stashed in the dungeon?
I invite them. I call it C-suite roundtable meetings, so they can exchange about their problems. And yeah, then I do a little bit of inception. What if you would do it like Booking.com does or whatever? Yeah.
So you bring the people from the dungeon to the tower and have them talk.
That's what we do. It's called Growth Marketing Summit. We bring 800 people and have a great time.
I've been there a couple of times.
Yeah, you've been speaking. You did a great job.
Do you have any example of smaller tests that contribute to the compound effect? Any like go-to things that your team always looks for?
I mean, any result contributes to the compound effect, right? So It's just that people are not aware about it. So
Yeah.
I think it's something where we have to educate the management about, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
they prefer doing big things that their outcome is not measurable, while we do a lot of small things where the outcome is measurable. From a management point of view, I would say, yeah, that has lower risk. Let's go with that. The only thing is that management does not know that a lot of small changes lead to epic results.
Yes. How are you calculating ROI?
Ooh, I mean, it's cost versus result. So of course you need to know the overall cost of your optimization program. You have people, you have tools, you have traffic, you have maybe cost of experiments that went wrong. I think, yeah, it's a business case you have to calculate.
Yes.
There's no secret about it. It's just an ordinary business case. Yeah.
We'll save the... What should I do if my company has a waterfall-esque project called digital transformation?
I think they will die.
And last but not least, how did you create that incredible flame animation?
I don't know. Ask Ton.
Okay.
It's
We'll
called
get it from
Keynote. It's on the Apple Mac. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very much, sir.
You're welcome.